men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within
The list
themselves.
was made on Twitter, and it's of all these
Shocker.
restaurants that people have put together.
Okay.
It's called a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date.
Absolutely refuse.
If you don't like the Cheesecake Factory, like the same way how, I'm trying to think, is there a restaurant I really don't like that? Wingstop. I don't like Wingstop. Period.
That's totally different.
Not saying I would go on a date with Wingstop, but if I was a teenager and shit, I would go on a date to Wingstop, whatever, right? I don't like Wingstop. That's something that I would tell somebody, like, before we go on a date. Hey, I don't really do Wingstop, just letting you know. If you don't do the Cheesecake Factory, that's something that you tell somebody beforehand. Okay. But the reasoning that I'm seeing that they won't do the Cheesecake Factory is solely because it is a chain restaurant. Is Fogo de Chao not a chain?
Yes.
This is a question for the men and the men only. What is the real reason that you've given up on dating altogether or haven't dated in 10 plus years? Every single day in my comment section, anytime I talk about dating or relationships or getting married, the majority of men in my comments are saying that they're no longer interested in dating. And I really want to know the reason. Like, what was the final straw for y'all to finally say, you know what, I had enough? Plus, there's this weird information going around that by 2030, like heterosexual couples will be non-existent, people are not having babies and this and that. And do you think that's because men have stopped dating or because women have stopped dating and people have equally stopped dating? Or is it because men are not pursuing women anymore? I'm really interested to see the comments or the duets on this post as to why y'all have stopped dating in the first place. Did you have a toxic ex? Did you go through a terrible divorce? Did she take everything? Or have you been on dates and they've just been so fucking awful that you finally said, forget it? So what's the real reason that you gave up dating altogether?
All right, normally I never do stuff like this, but I saw this video on Replicant Fish, and I just had to respond to it because I was like listening to it, and I was listening to this girl, and she's talking basically about the current state of men and women, and basically I found myself shouting at the monitor and laughing a lot. So basically, I just had to do like a really quick response, basically. And by the way, tomorrow's Mother's Day, so like happy Mother's Day and everything.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to.
Okay.
Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to.
All right. So the question that you got to ask yourself is, why is that? Now, there's lots and lots and lots of answers. I mean, you had Kevin Samuels come on and basically, for the most part, blame women and say, yeah, the reason why men aren't putting out the effort is because women aren't putting out the effort. Then you also had him basically saying that men didn't feel ultimately that they're getting a good deal. And that's ultimately, I think, what it comes down to. You see, what's funny about men is men are mostly self-sufficient. And the simple reality is, it's like men really don't need women. It's like, it's kind of like, if you remember that movie, The Matrix, I think it was the second one, yeah, where Neo meets the architect. The architect tells Neo, he says, listen, there are levels of survival which we are willing to accept. Even if we got to destroy all of Zion and kill everybody, we really don't care. There are levels of survival that we are willing to accept. If you go into some of these single guys' houses, it's a wreck. It's a mess. It's like, obviously, he's not keeping that place clean by himself. Obviously, he's not cooking, cleaning, and handling anything by himself. The thing about it is, the average one of these dudes now is comfortable with a mattress on the floor and a TV sitting on a crate with his PlayStation 5 and his clothes are laying all over the place, laying all over the chair, laying all over if he has a couch or something. Like, men don't care. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, when you go into most of these men's houses, it's bare. There's, like, no artwork up. There's no flowers. There's none of that. He doesn't need it because the thing about it is all he's concerned about is the bare essentials of what he needs. And the reality is, it's women who bring all that stuff into a man's life. Men don't give a shit. Like, if you could go into these dudes' houses, or if you could go into these dudes' apartments, wherever they live, and you could just take a picture of how they live, it might look just like it does like when you watch those shows of hoarders and everything. So I'm saying all that to say this. Men really don't need women. And now you're in a situation where you've got an economy that is aggressively, like, just, I'm thinking of a good word. Cannibalizing might be one of them. You have an economy right now that most women by themselves can't survive. Men don't have to spend that much money on self-care and maintenance. I've seen these dudes growing beards. Like, they're letting themselves, these dudes are letting themselves go. Like, I see dudes younger than me. And I'm looking at these 20-year-old dudes and these dudes younger than me. And these dudes are like, literally, like, they're dressed like bums. Like, they just don't care. But see, the sad thing is, like, Jordan Peterson, he said it himself. He was like, men who don't live with women, whether it's their mother or whether it's a significant partner or other or whatever, girlfriend, wife, the problem is these men, they just don't take care of themselves. They really don't. That's why men, have always had like a shorter lifespan than women. Men don't take care of themselves. Not only that, we do some really risky and stupid, violent shit. And ultimately, we end up taking ourselves out. But they just don't care. That's the whole thing. Like, it's hard to push that point any harder. It's like men do stuff without thinking. And they don't care. What makes a man grounded, what makes a man care is when he has a woman, when he has a girlfriend, a wife, whatever, or if he has children. That's what ultimately slows men down. That's what ultimately causes men to be more cautious and careful. Men without those things, they're reckless and they're dangerous. I think in the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie in '89, Master Splinter said it best. He said, the most dangerous thing in this world is a man with nothing to lose. And now the trend is more and more young males growing into adulthood and they have nothing. Like they have no, like the reality is we've got a system that has set it up so that like marriage is something you're supposed to do after the age of 18, right? A lot of these other countries, they marry their men 16, 17, 18, like they don't see anything wrong with it, especially if they want to marry. But the reality is, with these women waiting longer and longer for marriage, and now you got men waiting longer and longer for marriage, you've got men entering their adulthoods, and they have nothing to care about. They don't even care about themselves. It's a hard concept to understand. The school system, which I call the school industrial complex, which is just as bad as the military industrial complex and just as bad as the prison industrial complex, is turning men and women into debt slaves. The school industrial complex is keeping these women in there. They 30, they 40, and by the time they finish getting their master's degrees and their PhDs, there's nothing left of them. They're old. The problem with these eggs in those fallopian tubes and coming out of those ovaries, the problem is those things run out. And eventually, first of all, they age. That's number one. When I go to Western Beef or I go to, Costco, I'm looking for the freshest eggs I can get. I'm looking for the freshest milk, too. I ain't looking for old eggs. And that's the reality. So what's ending up happening is you got these women waiting longer and longer and longer because they're trying to compete with men, which they can't, and they're sacrificing their womanhood for it. These women will never say it because they have such huge egos. But if they could do it all over again, they would probably go back in time. They'd be like, yo, listen, while I'm young, I'm going to marry then. The men have decided, yeah, I'm not going to participate in anything. I'm not going to participate in society. I'm not going to participate in anything. They're not enrolling in these schools. The schools are feeling it because that's less money, less revenue. So, they're hyping up the boss babe and, oh yeah, you go girl. You can come here to the school. You can be an independent woman. You can have a master's degree. You can have a PhD. They're hyping this shit up. And what they're doing is they're creating old career students. And these women are wasting all their time and they're wasting all their eggs. And they ended. First of all, let me just say this because I meander a lot. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Have you any idea how many of these women out there ain't got no children? Think about that for a second. First of all, like my mom, my father, they got married before they had me. They were married in their 20s. These women now, 30, 40, 35, 45, living with daddy, living in daddy's house at 30 years old. Living in daddy's house at 27 years old in daddy's attic. See, that's the secret right here. These older men, I can't call them boys once they pass 18 legally, but these older men, they living in mommy's basement, but the daughters, oh no, the daughters live in daddy's attic. They in daddy's attic at 27, 30, 35. They living with daddy. They living with mommy and daddy. Some of these women are grown women. They supposed to be ovulating and they supposed to be dropping babies. They living with mommy and daddy. I'm not going to name names because you know who you are. And the thing about it is, you're talking about men no longer yearning for women. Well, guess what? Y'all are in a situation now where y'all are convinced you don't need each other, but the economy is saying, yeah, you do. And the economy's kicking ass. I'm looking at this woman talking, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I bet the economy is kicking her ass. She's mentioning in this video, she's mentioning, oh, well, you're supposed to be going out on dates. She wants to go out on dates. She wants to go with a man to a night. She wants to go with a man to Maldives. She wants to go with a man to Seychelles. She wants to go with a man to Bora Bora. She wants to go with a man to Bali. You seen women like this? I was in Bali. Now, I was with this Chinese chick. If y'all saw the videos, then you know, because I put up all the videos. I was with a Chinese chick. I saw women looking just like this, all of them clumped together in a group like a horde. And they were in the McDonald's, and I didn't talk to them, and they didn't talk to me. And it was like, and then they'll be the first ones, they'll get on TikTok. Oh yeah, well, when you see us in other countries, you don't even talk to us. It's like you treat us like we're invisible. It's like, well, yeah, that's exactly what happens because I didn't come here with you. I came here with Ling Ling. All right, let me let her talk a little bit more because I'm enjoying this.
Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue.
Yep.
Spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house?
Well, hold on. What happened to these women who just a couple of years ago, oh yeah, I refuse to go to McDonald's. I refuse to go for a coffee date. How dare you take me on a coffee date? First of all, I make my own coffee. That's number one. I don't, like, some of y'all are deep in debt and some of y'all got no money saved up because you go to Starbucks and you're spending like $8 and $10 because you want to be seen and you're drinking that bullshit coffee that they got. And I don't do that. I get the coffee filters from the dollar store. There's no shame in my game. I just say it. I get the coffee filters from the dollar store. I get that what is it called? That can of Folgers from, where is it? I get that from Costco or Walmart. And then I get them little International Delight coffee creamers. I make my own coffee, okay? And I haven't even drank coffee in a while. I've been drinking cranberry juice lately, but I haven't really drank coffee in a while because coffee is very acidic and you can get acid reflux with that. And the thing about it is, y'all are saying, I'm too good for that. You can't take me to McDonald's. You can't take me out for coffee. When I was in college, I had a girlfriend in college. We used to go out like every week, like just once, maybe once a week. We used to go to Applebee's for that 2 for $20. She never complained. I never made her pay for it. I always paid for it because I was like, yeah, it's a date. You know, men are supposed to pay. But y'all got these gender roles so confused that the men, see, realistically, when the men go out on dates, the men are supposed to pay for it. It's like, that's just how it is. And y'all got this gender role stuff confused, but then again, the women are demanding more and more, but they're not giving you anything. And then, oh yeah, well, you gotta take me to a steak dinner. My girlfriend never, ever, ever asked me to take her to no steak dinner. If we wanted to switch it up, instead of Applebee's, we go to TGIF. If we wanted to switch that up, sometimes we go to a different place. But the bottom line is, it was like every Thursday or Friday, we were going out. And it was only costing like, what, $20 or $40 or something with after the tip. It's like now, it's like these dudes don't even want to take you out because you've ruled out. Y'all said, oh yeah, Cheesecake Factory. Nah, that's not, I'm too good for Cheesecake Factory. That's what you said. That's what you said. So don't be surprised. And now you're talking about, well, she didn't get to it yet. Oh, I want to go on vacation. You ain't going nowhere. You got to go with your girlfriends. And your girlfriends, you're going to be in a clump. You look like a bunch of cows together. Oh, wait, I'm going to let her say it. Hold on.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York.
I'm from New York.
But I see women all over
Wait, hold on, honey. I'm from New York. I haven't seen you around nowhere. So I don't know what part you from. You must be from Brooklyn, because I'm looking in that background. I see what looks like buildings, and it looks like the projects. So I don't know. I don't think you live there. I'm just saying. I haven't seen you around. So, yeah, it's going to hurt for a while, yeah. And New York, and by the way, I know what the economy is like here. I got 2 houses here. I got 2 cars here. I know what the economy is like here. Women like this, you can see they feeling it. They up there making all these goddamn TikTok videos. Now, my government should have stopped TikTok a long time ago, but they didn't. Because they're weak and they're bought and paid for, corrupt. But the bottom line is, they should have gotten rid of this a long time ago, but these women are still on TikTok complaining. And this is where we are. And I know the economy's hurting, baby. I know it's hurting. This economy's not playing with you. I know. I know it hurts. I know it hurts every time I get one of these bills in the mail. I know it hurts. But y'all asked for this. Hold on.
Globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore?
Bingo!
Because they are beautiful.
Hold on.
Happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore?
Let me help you out, ladies. Those nose rings that you'll be putting in your nose are disgusting. We don't want to see that no more. These wigs and fake hair and all that fake hair, we don't want to see that. We don't like that. All the other fakery, especially those goddamn cum catcher eyelashes that you'll be getting. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. Like the only dudes who are going to approach you are the lowest of the low. High value men are not approaching that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So I'm not saying that that's you, because you don't have those horrible eyelashes. You have no rings in your nose. I don't see any bizarre tattoos all over your body. So no, you're cool. But yeah, you're right. Women aren't desirable anymore. Especially, first of all, I'm really sorry to break it to you. Right now, you know what's on these dudes' minds? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's a video game called Grand Theft Auto 6. And they're desperate for that game. And the problem is, they just came out and said the game is delayed for a whole nother year. These dudes ain't thinking about you. All they're thinking about is Grand Theft Auto 6. They are going to disappear off the streets when that game comes out. They're going to scurry back into their mom's basements like roaches. And they are going to stay there and they're going to play that video game. They're not thinking about you at all. And I don't know how appealing you could be. I'll say it like this. If you do have a man and he's playing that game, you could probably get anything out of him because he just wants you to shut up and leave. At that point, you could probably get whatever you want out of him because he's not paying any attention to you. I promise you that.
Because there are beautiful women out here. Beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love. And men that just can't keep up with that. Like,
no. It's not that the men can't keep up with it. It's just that they're not trying to keep up with it. There's a difference. It's like you can do something, but you choose absolutely not to do something. Like you don't even want to do it. Like right now, I could go outside and plant some flowers, but it's like I ain't doing it. You know, I'm sorry, I just don't feel like doing it. I have no desire to go outside and do it. I could go right now and just do something. And right now, it's like, I'm doing this. I'm making this video right here, and I'm not doing that other thing. These men are preoccupied waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. And all this stuff that you're talking about going out on date. And I understand that for those of you women who are dating these guys and they're sitting there in their underwear playing fucking video games, I totally understand your frustration. Unfortunately, you have to remember they were created this way because they had mothers who allowed them to do this. They got mothers that go into their room and bring them food, and they're sitting there playing video games in their drawers, and the mother doesn't say, listen, turn that shit off and get your ass up and get out there and get a job. I understand your frustration. I'm sorry, but I understand your frustration. The reality is that's what you're going to be dealing with because you got all these damn single moms raising these boys. If they had fathers, their father would take that shit, the whole video game console, and throw that shit out the window. Like, there's a video of a Chinese father. Chinese father comes into the room and is like, yeah, you're not doing anything with your life. So he takes a baseball bat or an axe, and he takes that console, that video game console, he smashes it. And his son can't do nothing about it because, after all, his dad's standing there with a baseball bat. But the bottom line is, these dudes have no desire for you at all. Like, they have no desire for you, you know, because I don't know how you're supposed to get them to take their minds off of Grand Theft Auto 6. Because I tell you, honestly, I didn't even play Grand Theft Auto 5 because I got bored after 4. But even right now, I want Grand Theft Auto 6. And I know they want it because they ain't got nothing else. They got this new Doom, the Dark Ages. That shit looks boring to me. But they're going to be sitting in their basements playing Doom, the Dark Ages, up until something else comes out. They have no desire to spend their money on you, and they're spending $100 on a video game, and then they're getting DLC content. They're spending their money on that too, and they're not taking y'all out for dates. They could just as easily be taking you out for dates, but they're spending like $300 of DLC on a video game. Like, if I had access to NBA 2K or whatever that is, I could make these morons spend $50, $60 just to put sneakers on their character that they build in these video games. That's how little they care about you, and that's how much they care about these stupid ass games. They have no desire because they have no need to have any desire for you. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. And when they're not doing this, they're trying to figure out how to get like a performance car that they can't afford. But a lot of them are really just sitting home playing video games. Let's be honest.
They're not communicating with them.
Communicating? Nobody talks. Nobody talks to anybody anymore. People are on their cell phones, text messaging each other. Nobody talks anymore. You're talking about communication. It's like, where have you been? Nobody talks to each other no more. They don't. It's so difficult to strike up a conversation with these people. Nobody talks to each other anymore. I'm sorry. That's just what it is, dear.
They're not willing to hang out.
Oh, when you say hang out, you mean hang out with you and spend money. Like, these dudes aren't trying to do that. They don't want to. First of all, I don't know what part of New York you live in, but hanging out in New York is dangerous at this point because you got all these idiots walking around and causing problems. And then you've got these weak-ass Democrats who have, like, crime and shit rampant in the city, and they're trying to lie about how low crime is. Meanwhile, every other week you hear about a stabbing or a shooting somewhere. It's like nobody's trying to hang out. Like, I'm over 40 years old. The only way I made it this far was by staying away from the people you're talking about. I don't go to your clubs. I don't hang out with you. I stay away from those takeovers and the takeovers where people are stealing cars and bringing stolen cars. I don't hang out with y'all. That's how I made it this far. So yeah, a lot of younger people are doing the same thing. That's the reason why they're keeping themselves free of criminal records. And they're also keeping themselves free of debt because they're not spending the money that you want them to spend on you. You see how this works?
And do fun things.
Like what? We're in New York. There's nothing fun here. We've got a casino and all you can do there is spend money. There's nothing. That's not fun. We don't have like Six Flags Great Adventure. There's no Disney World. What do you want? What do you want to do? When you say fun things, I want you to name some fun things to do. You know what my idea of fun things is? I can take my guns. I can go to the gun range. You can't do that in New York City, inside New York City. I can't even really think of anything else because we don't even have arcades anymore. Like we got Dave and Buster's, but I've got better shit at home. Like I can't. When you say fun things, you have to explain to me what does that mean. I don't even know. I don't know. There's nothing fun in New York City. There's nothing fun. It's like if we were like somewhere else, you could do like rock climbing. We don't have like nobody wants to go to the public pools. No, like our beaches suck. Like our beaches are trash. I fly all over the world just to go to the beach. Our beaches suck. I've been to the best beaches on earth. Our beaches suck. You can't even go to our beaches. It's cold here most of the year. We only get like 3 months of heat. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. When you say fun, what are you talking about? Like, could you name some fun things, dear?
What happens to the fun in life? What happened to life being exciting and fun? And
I'll tell you what happened. Corporatism basically put our asses at work and said, yeah, your job is to just work and make money. And then you go home on the weekend just to recharge yourself. And then you come back here on Monday through Friday and you're making more money. And you're doing that just to keep your head above water. And the second that you stop doing that, you're going to be homeless, mentally ill, and the cops are going to end up shooting you after saying drop the knife. And that's basically what it's come to. I'm sorry. That's what it's come to. There's nothing fun anymore. It's not fun. It's not fun here. It's not fun here. It's really not fun here. That's why I like to travel internationally because I go to these other countries. And for the most part, it's more fun. It's not fun here, dear. I'm sorry. It's just not fun. There's nothing fun here. It's a nightmare. It's kind of like hell, but it's just not on fire yet.
you know, going out and discovering the world. What are y'all doing? What are y'all men doing other than that?
What we're doing is we're waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. I keep telling you, we got Doom the Dark Ages, and we got Grand Theft Auto 6 coming up. And unfortunately, I don't think there's anything between Doom the Dark Ages and Grand Theft Auto 6. I really don't think there's anything between those two things. So we're screwed. Some of us probably aren't going to live long enough to see Grand Theft Auto 6 because a lot of us are going to lose our lives between now and next year this time. I'm going to be here. I don't know about the rest of them because some of these people be doing stupid shit like TikTok challenges for Ding Dong Ditch and then getting shot down by their neighbors. So some of us are not going to make it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. But I don't know about the rest of these dudes. I'm sorry.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, what?
I feel so bad for her because you could literally see the desperation in her eyes. She's probably of the age where right now she wants to be married, she wants to have some children, and she wants to be traveling, and she wants her man to take her to Maldives, and she wants to be skinny dipping in Seychelles, and she wants to be, quote unquote, having fun. But guess what, dear? You're stuck right there where you are in that car. I don't know why you're not making your videos in your house, but you're stuck there in that car making videos, and this is just it. And from what I know, TikTok don't even pay y'all. See, I get paid to make these videos. You don't. I'm on YouTube. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could just give you a hug because that's basically it, dear. I'm sorry. There's nothing fun. We're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. And then I know the economy's kicking your ass. I don't know what your rent is. I'm guessing you don't have a house or a mortgage, but whatever your rent is, I know you're getting your ass kicked. But I don't know what to tell you. It sucks. It just sucks. I'm sorry.
What are all y'all men doing? What are y'all doing?
We are waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6.
If it has nothing to do with a woman, what are y'all?
If it has nothing to do with a woman, our lives do not revolve around y'all women. Our lives revolve around video games, cars, and that's like it. Video games, cars, buddy. There's nothing else to do. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
Doing? Are y'all working? Because we're working too. Women are also working.
The difference between me and you is I don't spend all of my money trying to look good. That's the difference. You're spending all your money up trying to look good and simultaneously trying to keep your head above water and trying to keep that rent paid. All I got to do is work to pay my mortgages and to keep my insurance on my cars and to keep my cars paid for, basically. That's all I got to do. And to tell you the truth, considering all of these high-profile divorces that I've seen, and considering all these men I've seen who get into fights and get into arguments with women and then get accusations put on them, I would say that most men are steering clear of y'all on purpose. I would say that dealing with most of you modern women here in America is kind of like playing Russian roulette. I would say that what these men should be doing is getting their passports. Because if and when they do decide that they need a mate, I don't think that this is the place to get it. Because, it doesn't seem to be a very good environment for that.
And we still can do things. We still can go on vacations. We can
do things. What things? What do you want to do? Go on vacations. What vacations? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? You want to be skinny dipping in Bali. You want to be on the Maldives. You want to be at Saniva Fushi, and you ain't going. And if you do go, it's going to be with a bunch of other women look just like you. And all y'all are 35, 40, 45. And you'll go over there and the men over there don't want you. And this is what they do. They end up going to Africa because only in Africa and the Caribbean do any of the men pay them any mind whatsoever. They don't want to go to like Europe. They don't really want to go to Southeast Asia because all the women there are like young and hot and cute. They don't want to do that. So the bottom line is you want a man from here to take you on this whirlwind vacation every single year so you can come back here and you can, talk about how great a time you had and everything. I'm sorry it's not happening. I'm just so sorry. I'm sorry. In fact, most of the men your age, they broke. Now, here I am. I'm planning to go business class to, Vietnam and Cambodia. And you're going to be right here in the car making TikTok videos. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, that's just what it is.
still go out to eat. Why are us women...
Go out to eat? Do you know how expensive that is? For just one person, that's like $20 or something. It's like... we got to take you out and pay for you too? That's like, man, that could get quite expensive, couldn't it? Wouldn't it be cheaper for me to just take myself out and then save the rest of my money for Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm thinking it would be cheaper. I'm sorry.
Going on vacation with our friends.
Whoa, hold on. Going on vacation with your friends? This is not one of those sitcoms like we had back in the 90s, like Different World and The Cosby Show. And this is not one of them sitcoms. It's like, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Most of my friends are broke. Not only that, most of my friends if they do have money, they don't get the vacation time that I get. So when I want to go on vacation, I always ask them and be like, yo, you want to go to Dubai? You want to go to Dubai? And they'll be like, yeah, I want to go. Yeah, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with. And I was like, okay, great. Save your money, and I'll let you know when I'm about to book the tickets. And they'd be like, yeah, that sounds great. That's great. Next thing you know, you call them up, and you'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to call the tour guide, and I'm ready to book this vacation. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. I can't go. What do you mean you can't go? I told you a long time ago, save your money. Yeah, man, but, I don't have the vacation days. I can't go. I don't, either that or I don't have the money. I can't go. This is not one of those sitcoms where people magically, as a bunch of friends, get to just pick everything up and leave and go to some Caribbean island and chill. This is not that. This is absolutely not that. My friends, they work twice as long as I do. I work 180 days out of the year. This is what is 365. I work 180 days out of the year. They don't. They work twice as much as I work. A lot of my friends, they work and they don't have extremely good income. So they're not you're not going to see me sit next to my friends in business class. It's not going to happen. I'll just say it like that. In fact, I've said this before. I tried to tell some of my friends, I'd be like, yo, listen, you should buy a house right now. And I said that in 2018. Oh, yeah. That sounds like a great idea, John. Now, they can't buy nothing. The average price of a starter house here in New York City is over $700,000. They ain't buying nothing. And, and it's sad because I warned them. I told them, don't buy those goddamn luxury cars. What you should do is get your money together to buy your first property. Oh, yeah. That sounds like a great idea. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, they're pulling up in a Hellcat, or they pulling up in a BMW, or they pulling up in a Mercedes. As soon as Biden in 2021, as soon as Biden and Jerome Powell raised them interest rates, started that war with Russia, and then you got Trump in there now. Trump said he was going to fix the housing market. It still ain't fixed. My friends, I got some friends living with their parents. They living with they in the house with their parents at 40 plus years old. So I'm like, yeah, you ain't going nowhere with me. And I let them know. It's not like I'm going to keep the information from them. I tell them, listen, I'm planning on going here. I'm planning on going to Bali. You want to go? And I tell them exactly when I'm leaving. I give them I text message them my itinerary. This is the hotel I'm staying at. This is the airline I'm taking. This is when I'm leaving. This is when I'm coming back. Broke. And they just can't handle it. They can't handle it. But you know what they can handle? Grand Theft Auto. Sitting home playing on their Xbox. Yeah. Yeah, I understand, dear. I understand it's depressing. I understand. I totally understand. But it is what it is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I can see that depression. I can see it building up in those eyes of yours.
Going on vacations with our friends. We're going out to eat with our friends. We're going to do...
And this whole thing about going out to eat with your friends, just like me and my girlfriend, we used to go out to that Applebee's 2 for $20. We used to go out to that TGI 2 for $30 or whatever it was. We used to do that every week with my friends. We used to go out Saturday. We used to go out Sunday night. We used to go out every single week. And we'd be getting drinks, the happy hour. They had the Applebee's happy hour. Yo, my friends, they done fell off. Either they don't have the time, they're too tired, or they don't have the money. And then the other thing, when you do go out with them, now everybody's got, one of my cousins said this. He's like, people grow crocodile arms. When that bill comes and now you got to tip the waitress has put everybody's bill together because they say, oh, well, it's a party of 7. Now you grow crocodile arms. Nobody wants to pay the tip. With my coworkers, you go out, well, it's 7 o'clock, I gotta go. And they get up and they leave, and everybody else is still sitting there. So the tip doesn't get factored in until much, much later. They leave just enough money to pay for their food, and then now everybody else got to put more in there for the tip. This time last year, I have 2 coworkers, and their birthdays are within the same week. So we're like, okay. And this was me, and I recommended a restaurant. I was like, okay, this is Puerto Rican restaurant. It's called Sofritos. Very nice restaurant. It's located on West Side Highway, and great. It's a beautiful restaurant. And so I get on, we all get together. We go there to celebrate 2 birthdays, right? Now, what should have happened, because it was the birthday, there was 2 women birthdays. What should have happened is all of us should have basically paid a little bit more so that we cover the cost of just the birthday girl's dinner, because that's typically how we would do it. The last time we went, first of all, you had people leaving early, so they're avoiding the tip, or people leaving early so that they're avoiding the bill or whatever. And they paid for their food, but they did not leave much money beyond that. Then realized that, oh, snap, we didn't put in enough money to pay for the birthday women, so the birthday women ended up paying for themselves. Now, you think about it. It's just like if you were to take your mom out for Mother's Day. Let's say it's you and your sibling, you and your sister, or you and your brother. Obviously, your mother's not paying anything. You and your brother or you and your sister have to put in enough money to pay for mom. That's what happened. And they didn't factor it in. So basically, by the end, the birthday women paid for themselves. Now, some people go, oh, well, that's how it's supposed to be. Well, my argument is, if we had planned it a little bit better, and I'll put it on us, if we had planned it a little bit better and made that understood that we're going to pay for them just to have their birthday dinner or whatever, then there wouldn't have been a problem. But you're dealing with people now. Everybody got crocodile arms. Nobody wants to pay tips. Nobody even, like, I've been out with friends sometimes. They'll have a party. You'll have people drinking, and then they don't even fully pay for all their drinks, and they just up and leave. And then you don't even know who's who, because you're not keeping track of individuals. It's gotten to the point where you have to be on guard. It's like, oh yeah, excuse me, put all of this on my credit card, everything that I order. And this way you're getting an itemized bill of just what you're ordering. This whole thing, this is where the restaurants have pretty much gone wrong. Applebee's did the 2 for $20. So when you go there, you pretty much know you're paying $20, and it's going to be enough food for 2 people. It's going to be an entree and maybe a dessert. What is that place? TGI Friday. They had the 2 for $30. And I think they even had like a 2 for $40 and a 2 for $50. But when you went there, you pretty much understood exactly what it was going to be. You go to these goddamn restaurants now, they're trying to hit you for 18% tips, 20% tips. There's a video of a black guy getting chased by a Chinese guy. And the Chinese guy is like, wait a minute, you only left 18%. It's like, wait a minute, what do you expect me to leave? If I left 18%, that's all I'm leaving, because that's even the bill said that. And no, that's not enough. It's like, nah, man. It's like nobody wants to deal with that shit no more. If I want something to eat, I can just go to Taco Bell. I get some of those little chicken nuggets. Like, I could go to a pizza restaurant. I get me 3 slices of pizza, 2 slices of pizza, whatever it is. And I can leave all the drama behind. And then I can save my money for what really matters, Grand Theft Auto 6. And you're so upset. You're so upset and depressed and everything. You just don't get it. You don't see what's happening here.
Fun things outside with our friends.
Like what? What is there to do outside with your friends? We don't have beaches. Our beaches suck. What do you want to do? Play volleyball? What are you talking about? You want to play basketball? What are you talking? Do stuff outside with our friends? What are you talking about? You want to play double dutch? What do you want to do? I don't get it. What do you want to do? I think a lot of these women at this point, they have to join these churches, because that's the only place that they can possibly meet dudes. And their idea of doing fun stuff is Bible study, because there's like nothing else to do. Like, I'm trying to figure out, what are you talking about? She's up there saying it. It's not fun. There's nothing to do. We're not having fun. We're not playing this, that, and other. My question is, name these things. What are you talking about? Like, what is there to do? Like, in the movies and the sitcoms, people go out and they go camping. We don't even have any campgrounds around here. Like, this is New York City. We ain't got no campgrounds. If we were in Pennsylvania, like you always hear about Becky and Brad, they're always going up to Mount Cabo, or they're going to Lake George or something like that. We ain't got that. We got Lido Beach, which sucks. There's like heroin needles out in that beach. We got Far Rockaway Beach, which sucks. There's crack and meth. And you're talking about raccoons smoking crack and meth? You got little crabs walking around with crack pipes. Like, nobody wants to go there. I went to Seychelles. I went to Maldives. These places were so beautiful. You could damn near eat off the sand. The place was beautiful. You could barbecue out there. You can't do that here. It's like, it's not fun. It's just not fun. Yeah.
We're celebrating birthdays with our...
Oh, you mean like those videos of y'all go out to the birthday party? Oh, well, I wasn't paying for all these people. Where'd all these people come from? I'm not paying $4,000, shorty. Yeah, you mean like those videos? This is what I'm talking about. When people go out, all of a sudden everybody got crocodile arms. Nobody wants to pay no money to do anything. That's why you're not going out with your friends. Your friends are purposefully avoiding going out with you because they're not trying to spend no money on you. That's what it comes down to. I'm sorry.
Friends, where are you? Where are y'all? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Where are you guys? Where are you? Where do you guys exist? I don't think men like women anymore.
So yeah, that's the video, man. It's like, it's sad and it's depressing. You know, I'm really disappointed that Congress hasn't shut TikTok down yet. I have no idea how many more young children are gonna have to die doing TikTok challenges. Like, they got this new bullshit where they got these kids putting needles and stuff in the USB ports of computers to try to set them on fire. And then they got this other kid killed because he decided he's going to play Ding Dong Ditch at 3 o'clock in the morning and in a stand your ground state. My Desert Eagle is waiting for somebody to play Ding Dong Ditch on me. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, I understand where she's coming from. I'm not making fun of her or nothing. I totally understand the desperation. I totally understand the disappointment. You're here in New York. If you see this video, chances are you're going to be upset that I dubbed your video and everything. But I need you to make a response. I need you to clearly tell me, what are you talking about? Like, where do you want to go? What kind of fun do you want to have? Fun where? There ain't no place to have fun. We got a casino, and I haven't been there in years. It's like, my idea of, let me tell you something. It's so boring here. My idea of fun is going to the charging station to charge my car. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no fun here. We don't have Six Flags Great Adventure. We have no amusement. Well, okay, we do have some amusement parks, but those are for little kids. And if you're not a parent and you go to those parks, you really do feel out of place. You kind of feel like a creep. It's like if you're like old, you can't go to those places because it's like you really feel out of place, you know? So I need you to explain that to me. Now I understand what you're talking about when you say vacations. I understand that. You're talking about doing what I do on the regular. You're talking about like Maldives, Seychelles. You're talking about these crappy cruises to go to the Caribbean, like Aruba and Curacao and all that. I totally understand that. But that's something that you basically save up and you do like once a year. And usually you do that with a significant other, like a spouse or something. So I need you to, as far as this having fun and stuff, I need you to explain that. Because she said it, but never elaborated. She's talking about going out to eat. I mean, you can do that, but we got plenty of restaurants. But, you know, if you're not talking about like anything super expensive, like me personally, I've never been to a Benihana. Or, you know, there's a couple of restaurants that I kind of want to go to where I know the food ain't shit, and I also know it's expensive, but I just wanted to go there just to see the place. I understand what you're talking about, but when you're talking about going with friends, your friends ain't paying the bills. That's the problem. They ain't paying the bills, and they're not trying to tip. So that kind of makes it like, yo, listen, I don't even want to deal with you because you don't want to tip and you don't want to pay the bill, and I'm not going to be embarrassed going to a freaking restaurant with you, okay? So... you know, that it is there you are. There you have it. So that's the story. And you know, I don't know how you feel about this, everybody, but you know, I agree with her. I agree with her on a lot of her premises, but you know, we're in a situation where people don't, in general, people don't talk to each other. You see them on the bus. They're staring at their phones. They're on the train staring at their phones. Nobody's looking around. Nobody talks to each other. And then it's funny because when something happens, everybody's like, oh, why don't you help? Why don't you do something? It's like, no, these people's minds aren't there. These people's minds are on whatever they're doing on that phone. These phones have hypnotized these people. There was an episode of Star Trek where there was a game, and it was like lasers that go into your eyes, and you're playing like one of these video games like Qbert, and everybody got hypnotized on the ship, and these people used it to take over the ship. Now, when I was a kid, they said, yeah, that was the Japanese plan to turn American kids stupid. And that was my grandparents who would say stuff like that. And now it's like it came true. Now you got China with TikTok, and I've got a government that's too corrupt to do anything about it. So, it's very frustrating. I totally understand. It's very, very frustrating. I totally understand. So I don't know what to say. So you tell me what y'all think, and that's about it.
New beginnings.
Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shots ready!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this, we're doing it right. Yo, this fool. To be continued.